Hello everybody, CRWC here, CRWC, and we will be reviewing AEW Dynamite. And we're going to probably breeze through these.
Yes.
For certain reasons. And we'll explain as we go, so hang in there. Okay? We don't bite. You know, we might gnaw a little bit. We might need a little nip here and there when it comes to pro wrestling, but we ain't gonna bite anybody's heads off until it gets to a certain match. And it ain't the main event. So, we start off with Orange Cassidy versus AR Fox. It was a good match. It was all right. It was a good match.
These guys were wrestling guys their size, not someone monstrous and bigger. So it was refreshing in that regard.
Yeah, but it was still indie with the I don't suffer damage. That stuff I don't like. Mm-hmm. And the moves got to keep going and going. So AR Fox, who tried to sell on 2 occasions in the corner, couldn't sell because he had to get ready for the next spot.
Yeah.
He tried to sell.
He was working on it. Then it was like, no, I got to get over here for this.
Yep. So it's just, But Orange Cassidy, he won with a very tight crucifix hold that he calls the mouse trap. It's a cute name.
Nothing that AR Fox could do would keep him down.
Yep.
I mean, especially a couple of the pinfalls, it should have been done.
Look, let's just call it straight. AR Fox barely wins a match in AEW. I think he's won maybe 3 on Dark and then 1 on TV. He's been pretty much in tag matches on Ring of Honor losing.
No, he was tagged up with Andretti and Dante, and they were winning.
Yeah, they won a couple.
Darius, not Dante. Dante's hurt Darius. Yeah, they were winning, but by himself.
Not like that, though.
No, but by himself, or when he was forced to be tagged up with the best friends.
Yeah, he ain't winning.
No.
I don't think he's ever won on Dynamite except maybe once. Maybe. And he didn't get the win. He was just on the winning team. Mm-hmm. So this guy basically is a mid-card jobber, basically. You know, and this was for the title, but people forgot it was for the title. They were just wrestling until it was over. And then at the end, post-match, you know, he breaks, AR Fox breaks the glasses of Orange Cassidy and then gives him this straight punch to the face that looked kind of legit.
Yep.
You know, I'm like, man, because I have been punched and it looked like that. I have seen people throw punches and it looked like that. I was like, that looked legit.
But he was immediately apologetic afterwards.
Yep.
Facially.
And then Darby comes out and he gets in his face. What was
barking
that?
At him.
Yep, straight up.
Barking.
You know, he was barking all out, just barking. And telling him they stuck his neck out for him, and you know what he did was embarrassing. And Fox is trying to get around him, trying to apologize, trying to explain. I lost it. I'm sorry. Darby won't listen, and Darby won't have it. Darby won't listen. What was that? Pushing him back, getting him. I was like, man, this.
And I thought to myself after that, you know, if AR turned on Darby, I could see it.
Yeah, because he's earning it. Mm-hmm. You know, then Goon runs in and attacks Orange Cassidy. No one cared.
Nope. So
then, let's see. Now we go backstage where Callis makes a match of Jericho and Takeshita versus Guevara and Garcia.
Once again.
And that'll be next week. Jericho seems unhappy, uneasy. Callis then says, I got another surprise. So he pulled out a nice portrait of those two back in their heyday, but in godly proportions.
Yes.
With Bad News Allen behind him. And I thought it was a very beautiful picture of Allen. I'm going to give it that. Mm-hmm. That was a very beautiful picture. Then we get to a pre-tape of Hook in the subway. He sits down with the FTW belt. Train goes by. Belt's gone. Train goes by again. He's gone. Shivani interviews Jack Perry in the ring.
This was embarrassing.
Perry comes out and the crowd is quiet.
The crowd is quiet because it's confusing. You're a badass. You got Beethoven in the background. It doesn't mesh.
Nope.
It doesn't mesh. And then he came out looking like Hook.
Yep. And then he starts jaw jacking and stuff, and the crowd don't really care. Shivani's like, well, I think the crowd feels a certain way about you. Then they start booing.
Yeah.
And then they kind of calm down like, all right, I don't care no more. I'm like, man, the crowd just don't care about you.
They don't care.
You're boring. It sucks, you know? Because, you know, I thought he was doing all right, but the storyline that he's in, it's kind of bland. Mm-hmm. It was all right with the first thing when they did the car thing. Then they do the car thing again. And then he's like, I'm going to bury myself without explaining it. And then I'm going to cheat and win the belt. Okay. And then I'm going to come out and mock him like this. The crowd is just like, because he beat someone that the crowd likes, but they're not like, you know, this, like, they don't have that Hook can do no wrong thing.
Yeah, because they stopped showcasing Hook.
Yep. And they stopped showcasing him the right way. So Hook is just a dude now, you know? And so he's talking trash and then, you know, he's like, look, you know, Taz, I would have ran circles around you and the ECW rejects or whatnot. And this is a second-rate belt from a second-rate company, yada, yada, yada. Jerry Lynn comes out and you know, he's all like, you know, you run your mouth too much. You know, ECW made you. Without ECW, there wouldn't be you. Without ECW, there wouldn't be a whole lot of things. I'm like, yeah, without ECW, there wouldn't be a lot of garbage wrestling. Because people watched it and took the stupid from ECW and not the wrestling from ECW. That was the problem. So he was like, you know, I'm gonna whoop you up here. And he's like, you really? He's like, yep. And you know, but the problem is Jack. She keep the shades on because with them off, you could see that he was worried. Mm-hmm. You could see that he was scared. Like, Dad's talking to me now, you know. Like big Uncle Lynn is going to beat me into meat paste. You could see it in his eyes. That was not cool. Then he looked confused on what should I say? How should I say it? I'm like, man, it's a promo. You know, he talks trash and he says it's gonna be to beat your ass. And you say, then you look at him, you put the shades on and be like, you gonna whoop me. You know, I just saw you struggle to get in the ring. I think I heard your knee pop as you came down the ramp. But okay, you're gonna beat me, the one that can run circles around you. All right. Your hair's gone, Samson. Mm-hmm. And then leave the ring. Yep. You know, just something.
It was sad.
So, but when he said, you know, Jerry held out the mic and dropped it. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So Jerry and Jack will fight next. Yep, they're going to fight next week. And that's probably going to be a terrible match. I can still see Jerry Lynn keeps in shape. You can see that. He's a cardio guy. So then Britt Baker, she's backstage and she basically says that TBS is that Britt show. So this right here just indicates Jade Cargill is out. You know, she's out after what she had said anyway. So yeah, she's not coming back to AEW and stuff until people probably turn on her or she loses a whole lot of money and stuff. And she says, I'll come back. I'm broke. So that's what's going to have to happen. Then we have Gravity versus Pac. Won't going to watch that match. Pac won with the Brutalizer.
Yep.
Was not going to watch that match. And then what we did see looked terrible. I was like, Then backstage, Max and Cole are there, and Max says that he's going to hit Dak so hard that he's going to force him to spit out CM Punk's jockstrap. I was like, kind of gross, but kind of funny. Cole says Max has nothing to worry about with the AEW title, that he was just giving it to him. Max says that, you know, he's been thinking, he's like, you know, win, lose, or draw, that he's going to give him a rematch for the title. You can see Cole kind of light up over there. Roderick comes in just yelling and hollering and whatnot, and, you know, not to trust Max. And Max shouts, "You're nothing in my world."
Yes. I'm like,
you're nothing in my world. And I'm like, oh, no. And then Cole tells Roderick that he's pushing him away and then shouts about boundaries when Roderick grabs a hold of him. And I'm like, man, he removed the boundaries from Max. So I'm like, is Cole playing him to turn on him? Because if so, that means Max is going to have a face turn and they don't have any mega heels other than MJF. So that would be bad. They need to have that they team up. and pull Roddy in. MJF, I guess he could do the whole win, lose, and draw. Okay, they have their match. They're going to have a match for the world title. They do that. And during the match, at about the 15 or 20 minute mark, Roddy comes in and attacks Cole, costing him the match as he gets pinned afterwards. Him and MJF are together, yada, yada, yada. They could go that route, I guess. Mm-hmm. But Roderick Strong doesn't have a presence in AEW other than the third wheel.
To do the neck brace.
Yep.
Neck collar, I mean.
Yeah, which is so needed that he's moving his head around.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And sometimes, I have to get the neck. I've had a neck brace on before. And, yeah, it's like you can move your head around, but it's to make sure you don't move too far. I get that. But his was loose on him. It was loose. So, tighten up on that. Tighten up on it.
Uh-huh.
FTR extremely serious promo about Max losing his woman, having no friends, and then going to be a fight at Collision. So, it's like, it's an understatement when I said I'm gonna beat your asses. I'm gonna beat the ever loving, ish out of him. He's like, my daughter's away in hearing that, but you know what? That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm like, okay. FTR looking straight serious, and they can always pull that off.
Yeah. No BS.
So then Swerve Strickland versus Darby Allin. And I wrote, well, AR Fox attacked Allin to help Swerve win. So here's the crap that happened. Look, the match would have been mostly all right, kind of, sort of, but Darby did his suicide dive and hit Swerve and then crashed on the back of his own neck.
Yes.
And I'm like, what in the world? This Swerve did a super Death Valley driver on the apron with a loud thud. Allin wasn't all that protected. He was still kind of curled up, so that was terrible. Mm-hmm. But then Fox comes in and throws Allin into the post. JML driver for the pin for Swerve. Fox climbs into the ring to attack Allin, but Nick Wayne jumps in trying to stop him. He gets beat down, and Fox joins the Mogul Embassy.
All right.
I mean, maybe he'll win. Or, I don't know. Right now, the way that's going, he's joined the Mogul affiliates, but he's not on the tag team scene on a Ring of Honor with Swerve or nothing like that. So what he's going to have to get used to is, since he's going to be teaming with Swerve, not like tag team, but just on the same team, that he's going to have to get used to either being not on TV anywhere or being eliminated from battle royals. That's what he's going to have to get used to. So Jericho is confronted by the JAS.
They are not happy with him. With
a clearly pregnant Ty Conti.
Yep.
So NJ says that, he's selfish. He's like, I'm selfish. I'm like, dude, it's Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the name, right? And she's like, you want to give us 100%, but we're not going to give you 100% because while we've been appreciating you, you haven't been appreciating us. Daddy Magic, he speaks. He says something, and he sounds normal.
He says, figure it out.
Figure it out. And, I believed what he said.
Mm-hmm. He says, figure it out.
And he sounded serious.
You
know what, Jericho? You need to figure it out. You need to figure it out right now. That's what you need to do.
It was not like that.
No. Like, you need to figure it out and fast. I was like, oh, whoa. Did he say that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snap. So then, Britt Baker versus Taya Valkyrie. So we watched a little bit of the first pieces of the match. Taya misses a boot kick as planned, but it was about 8 miles plus Rhode Island. It was terrible. And then they did the elevated waist lock. It's supposed to be like, a wheelbarrow roll up, but they just crumpled. It's supposed to be a sit down face buster, but they just crumpled separately. It looked terrible.
Yeah.
And then Taya tried the stretch bomb, but kept Britt curled up, dropping her center spine first. And we just started skipping after that. I was like, she could have messed up Britt's spine on that one.
Yep.
I was like, I'm done. I do not want to watch this and watch Britt get hurt. That was just terrible.
Don't enjoy Taya Valkyrie's work.
Nope. And then you see the double chicken wing lift, but that's countered to the lockjaw submission for the win. super long match for nothing to gain.
Mm-hmm.
Just nothing to gain. Then we get to the main event, Best Friends versus Lucha Brothers versus Goon and Claudio. So Claudio has Trent ready for a powerbomb. This is at the end. Cassidy music hit, and he used a flying punch to knock down Yuta. Then he starts fighting Goon. Penta with a package driver on Beretta for the pin. Then Shivani calls this an upset because the BCC was favored to win. And I'm like, you called that an upset, but he got beat by a 2-time AEW Tag Team Champion and I think still current Ring of Honor Tag Champion, isn't he? No, aren't they current Ring of Honor Tag Champions?
No, they lost it. They lost it to the Aussie Open.
Oh yeah, Aussie Open, yeah.
Yeah.
And still though, Tag Champions. So it's an upset for Tag Champions to lose to somebody? Really?
Yeah, I didn't think that made sense.
Or to beat somebody, I mean? That's just stupid. I'm a former champion and I beat someone that's popular and it's an upset. That means your belts are rubbish. You just buried your own damn belts. Stupid. He's a former tag champion. What you say is, this makes sense. It's a tag team match. They're former 2-time AEW tag champions. They've had great matches. This is no different. And you put them over.
Yeah. But,
just stupid.
Yeah. No thought put into it at all.
And then Goon goes after Orange Cassidy and Trent goes after Goon. And then all teams begin fighting and it goes off like that. And they're going to have next week a no holds barred between Beretta, Goon, and El Penta, whatever. So, yeah, that's going to happen. It's a no holds barred match. It's just stupid.
No rhyme or reason to it. No
what does the winner get? What does the winner get?
I don't know.
To live.
To bleed.
The winner is the one that bleeds last. So Moxley he's gonna lose. Goon is gonna lose. Either case. That's just gonna do it for us. This has been Cedric and Cedra for CRWC Commentary, AEW Dynamite. And with that, y'all be good, be chill, be safe, and we'll see you next time.